November major update on 1.1.0.22 patch notes. I'll just quickly read through and we'll get to the important stuff. Actually, I'm just going to skip some of this stuff. Welcome, greetings friends and Necromunda Underhive Wars players. As always, I hope this message finds you well. It's a huge pleasure for us to be back today and another major update, patch 1.1.022, which comes with more than 100 new improvements and fixes to the game. Together with 150 tickets already addressed in last month's patch, this new update will continue to improve your experience with the game, and we're certain you'll be able to feel its effects as you dive back into the Underhive. So as with the previous patch, we've been focusing on community feedback and reports. So it's the same stuff, same 4 pillars that they were concentrating on in the previous patch: AI improvements, fixing crashes, fixing soft blocks, fixing bugs. So all that stuff was what they said last time, but last time it didn't really fix any of those things. So that was pretty disappointing. But this time, apparently, it's really going to make a big change. We've begun working on much requested AI improvements, many of which should also improve the game's pacing. In all, we've worked on making the AI-controlled fighters smarter and more aggressive throughout, which is exactly what we want. So that is amazing if they had any luck with that. They did say we've begun working on. So I guess they're sort of hedging there. So we might not, they might not be that much more smarter or more aggressive yet. But they've recognized that's really important, which is great. It's reassuring because that is really important for the longevity of the game. Like before, we've put in considerable amount of effort in order to remove game-breaking blockers, as well as continue to fix numerous crashes and bugs. That's good. Because the crashes and bugs have been terrible up until now. So for a lot of people, not for me myself, I've been able to avoid most of them, but yeah, a lot of players have been really unhappy with that. So that's amazing if they've done some fixes there. Finally, quality of life improvements, including fixing invert X and Y options for both gamepads and mouse and keyboard, as well as adding video option to turn motion blur on or off, 2 elements that were requested by many community members. As always, you can find complete and comprehensive patch notes at the end of this update post. Yeah, we'll go through that for sure. If you're reading this message, the update should already be live. Oh my God, let's get our update happening immediately. So we'll go to our library and we'll click on, oops. Go to our Steam library. We'll click on Necromunda Underhive Wars, click on Update. Cool, it's happening. Okay, what's next for Necromunda Underhive Wars? So 250 fixes and improvements in 1.1.0.22 now fully deployed. We're turning our sights on our next update, 1.2, which is currently planned for December. Oh, this is so good. They're communicating. They're telling us what's happening in the future. This is exactly what we wanted. And it's also really encouraging that they had major update in October, major update in November, and major update is coming in December. So this is kind of exactly what we wanted, but sort of everyone is was afraid that it's just not happening. Do nothing to said. They're community college smart now, whereas before they were art student smart. Talking about the AI. Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Hopefully they're art student smart. That's rude. Chris said the AI now attacks barricades. Game changer. Yes, that would be a game changer. That would be amazing if they did that. I think we're gonna have to just abandon this. We're gonna have to abandon the what do you call it? We're gonna have to abandon the Skarsnik campaign and just play this now. I think for the rest of the night. Okay, our players continue working on the AI front and monitor all channels to gather your feedback. So keep putting comments on the Discord, keep putting comments on the Steam forums. Although try to be constructive with your comments. Don't just bag the game and tell everyone that they're scammers and stuff. I mean, if you think that, that's fine, but it's not. It's not really constructive. In the meantime, if you encounter any errors with the new version, don't hesitate to report them. That's great. All right, where's the patch notes at? Thank you. I'd like to thank you very much for your patience, participation, and continued support and feedback. Yeah, that's great. level improvements, etc. Yeah, thank you, Rogue Factor team. Okay, AI improvements. Improved AI decision making, make turns faster. Okay, they said that they said that exact same thing last time, so hopefully that's actually improved this time. More aggressive generally overall. Okay, fine. Improve behavior in defend HQ missions, so AI controlled fighters will no longer stay within their walls and passively wait for attackers. They will actively seek out and engage attacking enemies. Okay, I thought they were actually pretty aggressive already in defend compared to how they normally are, but that's better if they're even more aggressive. Verified plus fixed AI's ability to traverse all multiple props. Made sure the AI considers these movement options. Okay, so that's good. Just more dynamic and moving around. No worries, do nothing. Catch you, man. The AI controlled fighters will now properly attack and destroy barricades. Yeah, that is huge. So before, if you had a barricade, that was basically just an impenetrable barrier that the AI would just never ever be able to get to. Properly attack and destroy barricades that block their path to resources, objectives, and extraction zones. So it's interesting, it doesn't say that block their paths to attack the player. So, like if there's an enemy brawler on the other side of a barricade, they would just not destroy that barricade to get to you. So yeah, it says they'll destroy it to get to resources, objectives, and extraction points. So maybe they'll do it to attack you as well. AI-controlled fighters will now more likely to prioritize engaging enemies over the looting of dead bodies. That's good. Because they would just run past you and just loot a dead body instead. AI fighters now take significantly less time when deciding where to aim a skill or throw an item. Okay. It's not so much like the less time, it's like where they throw the item. Like, they in the 1.1 they like just throw grenades at their own feet and stuff. So that's what we need to kind of fix. AI controlled brawlers are now less likely to disengage from melee combat in order to retreat or buff allies. That's good. That was a really stupid thing that they would do. AI controlled fighters should now take less time when deciding the next action after picking up an object. AI controlled fighters should now be less prone to becoming stuck in the environment and will now end their turn if they do so to prevent soft blocking scenarios. Okay, that's interesting. That's a big one, that they would just get stuck obviously in the environment, like on boxes on the ground or whatever. Quality of control. So all this stuff is like huge. All these AI, like everything on this list is amazing, especially the latter half of this list. We're probably gonna do a Necromunda stream for the rest of the night and just test out some of this stuff. Gamepad options for invert X and Y will now correctly keep their settings when returning to the hive for a mission. X and Y invert now work as intended. Motion blur. Some more scenarios added for pit brawl scenarios. Loading processes will no longer run concurrently with cinematics in order to make sure the video sequences do not suffer from any frame drops or sudden cuts. Mission loading sequence will now only begin once the cinematic has finished playing or when the player skips it. Okay, so that's it's good to know, because normally you would expect it to be loading at the same time. You have to end the cut sequence if you wanted to start loading. Gameplay adjusted the visual gizmos in all in-game traps, etc. in order to render placement and AoE zones more clearly. Okay, so they should be more visible. Balancing. Here we go. Rank 6 equipment consumables now systematically have better stats, bonuses, effects than their rank 5 counterparts. I'm liking these changes for sure. The game needs a lot of improvements, and it looks like we're getting a lot of improvements, so that's exactly what we want. All ranks of weapon cleaning kit now have different effects. That's good. Fists. Critical chance from 5% down to 3%. Hit precision from -25 to -15. Damage spread. Yeah. Power 35. So this they said they brought into the last patch, but I don't think it ever actually made it in. I never noticed the difference. So that's interesting. Hand flamer, damage spread, Kragan. Yeah, so all this stuff they said they did the last patch pretty much. All this stuff they said they did the last patch, but I guess it didn't happen. Fixed crashes. Fixed crash would occur when you swap items back and forth in the same equipment slot. Fixed crash would occur when you try loading previously saved operation mission. I don't know if any of these are the things that kind of hard lock you out of using your gang, but those are the ones we're mainly worried about. Fixed crashes, combat modes specific. Okay, so there's some crashes there that they apparently are fixed. Fixed crashes occur to the winning player in a mission after achieving a decisive victory in 1.1v1 contest matchmaking. That's really good because I think that one made you lose all of your rewards and stuff. Fixed a rare crash that would occur when searching for a matchmaking game. Fixed a crash that would occur when leaving a matchmaking queue and then immediately launching an operation mission. Fixed a crash that could occur after a fighter would use ChemSynth. Okay, yeah, so that one, I thought they fixed that in the last patch, but maybe there was multiple ones that affected it and they fixed another one now. Fixed a crash that could occur at the end of a turn after a fighter would be put out of action within an unsafe zone. Okay, never had that one, but that's good. Fixed a crash when the host would disconnect from a game while the fighter was moving. Okay. Fixed a crash that could occur when cycling through different out-of-action bodies and searching for loot. Yeah, never had that one either. Rare crash that could randomly occur when targeting enemy fighters. Yeah, I probably had that one. Crashes for consoles. Fixed crash that could occur after picking up heavy load items. Fixed crash that could occur after one was disconnected during a multiplayer mission. I wonder if this fixed crash that could occur after one of the players would disconnect during a multiplayer mission. I wonder if that means that you can like rejoin the mission. Because normally if you sort of drop out, then that's it. It's game over. Basically, the other person will drop out after a little while as well. So yeah, I'd really like to see the ability to kind of have your connection, drop a little bit and then be able to get back into the game again. So I don't know. It's probably a bit of wishful thinking, but yeah. Fixed a crash that could occur in multiplayer games when performing a melee attack after unequipping a weapon. Okay. Fixed a soft lock that could occur when creating a new gang by preventing final stats tutorial from being closed. Yeah, I haven't had that one. Fixed soft lock that could occur when reloading chapter 15, preventing its conclusion by permanently marking the setup and ambush objective as incomplete. Yeah, so I don't know that specific one, but I know a lot of people complaining about trying to do the story mode and they just get stuck on the same mission and it just never completes, and then they have all these problems. And so yeah, for the people that want to get their gas masks and stuff, that could be really good. Fixed a soft lock that could occur after skipping a turn during the deployment phase, preventing further fighters from being deployed. Fixed a soft lock that could prevent some clients from closing the mission report screen after completing a multiplayer match. Fixed blockers combat general. Fixed a soft lock that could occur when triggering a trap while interacting with a zip line, potentially preventing the AI from ending its turn. Okay, yeah, that sort of stuff's good. Fixed an issue where one user could get stuck in game if another player's console entered rest mode during multiplayer mission. Okay, I'm not on console, so I haven't had that. Yeah, I haven't come across any of the really bad bugs that I wanted fixed yet, but hopefully we'll see some soon. Fixed the bug where swapping items back and forth could cause the unequipped item to disappear. Okay, that's pretty bad. Fixed a bug causing some talents like Lucky Shooter, Lucky Striker to display wrong melee range precision and critical hit chance values on the stat screen of the fighting overview. Okay, that's interesting because I assume those stats were correct, so I'll be interested to see what the correct stats are when we see them in game in a minute. Fixed a bug introduced by patch 1.1 where fighters would no longer be able to lose limbs after suffering injuries. Okay. That could be really interesting. Fixed a bug introduced by patch 1.1 where fighters would no longer be able to lose limbs after suffering injuries. Okay, well, I never really lost limbs before 1.1, hardly ever. So, yeah. But that will make it slightly more likely to get bionics, basically. Fixed a bug making it impossible for some rank 5 weapons like power maces, heavy bolters, and bolt guns to appear in the shop. Okay, that's cool. We'll see a lot more of them, apparently. Fixed a bug where fighters could lose stats permanently, here we go. Fixed a bug where stats could lose stat points and personality traits after suffering the normal penalties from losing or forfeiting a contest match if they came back to the hive with injuries and lost weaponry. Okay. It's interesting. That's interesting because that's not what causes that bug. You lose the bug whenever you unequip your weapons. So like, I could we'll try that out in a second, but basically you can make a brand new gang that's never forfeited or lost anything and then just unequip their weapons and they'll get the bug. So I really hope they have fixed the bug, but I'm a bit concerned that they didn't seem to know what caused the bug. Maybe it's my fault. I should have done some bug reports on it. I guess I just assumed everyone knew about it because it was really frustrating. Anyway, okay, so that's interesting. We need to check that out when we get into the game. Fixed a bug where the infamy system would sometimes reset after playing a story mission. Yeah, that was terrible. Like, a lot of people were really frustrated by that. Actually, it did happen. It did happen to me. Actually, yeah, I lost all of my infamy, but I never played the story again after that, so I'm fine with my infamy now. Fixed a bug preventing some infamy tasks from properly registering. Fixed a bug that were adding implants to fighters would not count towards the completion of associated infamy tasks. Okay. Fixed a bug where initial fighters provided in a starter game would not count towards completion of associated infamy tasks. Okay. Fixed a bug where the button won't operate correctly. Yeah. Fixed a bug where pressing continue during a shift report would cause the fighter experience summary section to appear. Fixed a bug where a shop restocked tutorial panel would be triggered in the wrong screen after completing a skirmish mission. Fixed a bug where the cursor color would occur. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Combat story. Actually, I'm going to probably just skip through these story things because I don't really care about that. But yeah, if you're trying to do the story mission, they fixed a bunch of bugs there. 2 in chapter 15, some in certain story modes, elevator in chapter 6, and some career specific stuff that wasn't lootable. Operations. Fixed a bug where launching higher difficulty operations would not properly increase the rank of available shop items. Okay, that's, yeah, I didn't realize that was a bug, but yeah, I never get any decent crap from the shop, so that'll be good. Hopefully we're going to see some better items, and we're going to see bolt guns in the shop now as well, so it's going to be awesome to be able to get some bolt guns going. Fixed bug where the indicated number of award crates would be incorrect in the reward panel at the end of the mission. Okay, I didn't notice that, but multiplayer. Fixed a bug causing players to see different initiative values for certain fighters in the mission report. Okay, I never even noticed that. Fixed a bug causing desynchronization between players when a client guest fighter would pick up a heavy load object. Okay, I didn't actually specifically notice that, but anything that causes desync, anything that causes destabilization or anything like that with multiplayer is really important. Dropouts, crashes, bugs with multiplayer has been really kind of killing a lot of people's motivation for the multiplayer scene. So, any fix, literally any fix for multiplayer, I think is really important for the community right now. Fixed a bug causing desynchronization on the client side when fighters would interact with gates or elevators, triggering the run animation. Okay, yeah, I haven't really had that myself, but again, anything that fixes stability with multiplayer is great. Fixed a bug where leaving a matchmaking queue to play operations would lead to an empty multiplayer mission being loaded. Okay, that's weird. I haven't had that one. Fixed a bug where multiplayer clients, guests would not see certain consumable objects being thrown. Yeah, I didn't notice that one. Bug fixes map specific. Okay, so yeah, I probably won't go through all of these, but zip lines on the Conduit P9 map. Cargo dome deployment zone. So yeah, we know that like a lot of the maps have little, the zones aren't correctly mapped properly or whatever, so you can't move to the right areas, or different things bug out the AI and stuff like that. So they need to keep working on that, obviously. So it looks like they've made a big identified and fixed a whole bunch of map related little things. So that's really good. Bug fixes combat. Okay, here we go. Fixed a bug causing the value of plasma weapons heat property to be displayed twice. Okay. Fixed a bug where the landing special effects would be missing from female Orlocks. Fixed a bug causing mission report panel to appear semi-transparent. Fixed a bug preventing the aim skill panel from correctly refreshing while aiming at a first target and moving in such a way that a second closer enemy would cross the line of sight. Yeah, I've had that sort of stuff go wrong. Fixed a bug where fighter's AP indicator would not visually update after performing an auto recover from the previous stun, which cost 20 AP until another action was performed. Okay, fixed a bug where fighter built barricades would not display an overhead HP bar. Excuse me. Fixed a bug where some buff effects from Wild Snake would not be displayed properly. Fixed a bug where some injuries were listed twice. Okay, fixed a bug allowing fighters to obtain opposite traits. They should always be mutually exclusive. Okay, that's fantastic. So, you quite often you get like and it seemed like it was really likely as well. You'd get like Calm that made the cost of reloading -5 AP, and then you would get Nervous, which means the cost of reloading +5 AP, so negate your trait. And it seemed to come up all the time. So you have all these fighters with, you know, plus this and then minus this to the same trait, basically just, you know, making them get nothing. So that's really good. Fix a bug causing corrupted texture to be displayed in the smoke animation of Glow Spore. Okay. Fixed a bug causing some weapons to clip through geometry of interactable objects like consoles and panels. Okay, that's interesting. I just assumed that, you know, weapons would clip through the environment if they if you're nearby them. It's interesting that they try and make it so it doesn't. Fixed a bug preventing fighters from losing weapons equipped in the left hand as part of forfeit loss contest penalties. Okay, that's interesting. So previously, if you had an item in your left hand, you could never lose it, but now you can. Didn't know about that one. Fixed a bug preventing fighters from using Stinger Mold after performing Disengage. Fixed a bug preventing extra looting round from being triggered in some contest mission when the last enemy would be killed during the mission's final round. Oh, okay, so that's really cool. So, so apparently you're meant to get an extra looting round at the end of the mission. So if you kill, so normally how it works in the old patch is that if it was like rank 4 or 5 or something, if it was like turn 4 or 5 or something, and you killed everybody, then that turn would originally immediately end, even if you've got more fighter activations left over. But then you would get an extra looting round, but it would only happen if you had remaining rounds left. So if it was turn 4 or turn 5 or turn 6, then it would happen. But if it was turn 7, you're in the final turn, then the game would just immediately end and there's no looting round. So if I understand this correctly, it's saying that even if you kill everybody in that last round 7, and that would normally immediately end the game, now it'll actually spawn an extra round at like round 8, and you'll be able to loot everybody. So that's really cool. Fix the bug sometimes causing neuroinhibitors XP to not be displayed at the end of the mission. Fix the bug that could occur when building a health dispenser close to a ledge or wall, causing the fighter to become stuck or fall through the environment. Fixed a bug that would sometimes allow players to cycle through invalid deployment points on certain maps. Fixed a bug where the teammate of the gang extracting with the objective in retrieval architect mission would still be presented with a defeat screen. Yeah, that's pretty sucky. Fixed a bug where fighters' max HP and starting HP stats would not be calculated properly when starting a mission after purchasing both Vanguard and Rearguard passive skills. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I think I've come across that, and also with enemy fighters who have just got Vanguard not getting the extra HP. So we'll see. That'll be interesting. We'll do a. Oh no! Sorry, I'm thinking of enemy tenacity not getting the extra tenacity. Here we go. Fixed a bug where Tenacity Infamy skill would increase the max HP without increasing their default starting HP. Okay, so they're actually going to have their full HP now, so that's going to make it a lot harder. Fixed a bug where reviving or reinforcing fighters would lose some hidden enhancements, allowing for some unwanted behaviors to occur. Fixed a bug where the brawler's left and right armor values would not take into account bonuses from career-specific Arm Guard's passive perk. Fixed a bug where a player would be incorrectly declared victorious after reaching the end of turn timer while controlling a single light in Spectrum Supremacy missions. Okay. Fixed a bug where Visual Gizmo would have an incorrect radius. Oh yeah, we missed one here. Fixed a bug where reviving or reinforcing fighters would lose some hidden enchantments. Hidden enchantments? Do they have enchantments? What? Allowing for some unwanted behaviors to occur. I guess enchantment's meant to mean something, some other word in English. Throwable items of incorrect radius. Oh, here we go. Fixed a bug where the visual gizmo is indicating the area of effect of some throwable items would have incorrect radius. Yeah, so if you do null nade, in particular, I've noticed it's visually it'll have a small area, but actually affects a much larger area. So you end up like null nading yourself all the time. Fixed a bug where upgrading some house variants, i.e. Orlock version of chain hit brawler skill would render it unusable in future missions. So that's really good because they thought they fixed that before, I thought, but then it just wasn't fixed. So some localization stuff there. Bug fixes for consoles. Okay, Xbox One fixed a bug where game would not correctly associate save data when performing constrained user change during load screen after selecting load gang. Okay, I don't know what that means, but any fixes for the Xbox are great. Fixed various instances of missing placeholder assets being displayed. Fixed bug preventing hosts from inviting other players if profile changes occurred. Fixed a bug causing weird visual behavior of load gang button after switching profile in the main menu. Yeah, I don't know about any of this stuff, but a lot of the guys on the Xbox were having problems without, and they weren't switching profile or messing around with their profile. They just couldn't play even when they were just being careful with everything, you know. So I really hope they've fixed some stability stuff for that. We've got some comments here as well. I see a note about lost stats personality traits to max stat point bug. Yeah, that's a good point. The max stat point upgrade bug, max stat upgrade point bug. So you'd have like when you get the rank 6 and 7 and 8, each time you get an extra 3 max stats to apply to your ganger. But there's this bug where sometimes you go into a mission, you come back out, and those +3 are just gone. You don't have the option to use them anymore. So you'd have to kind of get around that by making sure you always spent them as soon as you got them before you went into a mission. So yeah, didn't mention anything about that being fixed. Yeah, there's somebody else here, Trevorlicious, also asking what about the max stat upgrade point bug. So some really great stuff there. I want to get into the game now and see it for myself. But yeah, the ability for the AIs to attack barricades, as Chris mentioned, that's amazing. Yeah, I love that change. The stat upgrade, not the stat upgrade bug, the stat bug that you get when you unequip weapons. They reckon they fixed it, but they said that it was caused by a certain game type or something, which I'm pretty sure it's caused straight up by just unequipping weapons. So we'll test that out as soon as we get into the game. But yeah, just a host of good changes. And the thing that I'm really excited about as well is that they're doing monthly updates now. You know, they did major update in November, then I got major update in major update in October. They did major update in November, and there's like all these changes and fixes, like they do seem pretty major. And they've already announced that the next one's going to be in December. So it's not like they're just like, we're working on the patch, we don't know, we have no idea when it's going to come out, you know, and then just be silent and let us just wonder. There's like a solid kind of plan now, which is amazing. Chris said there was something about them releasing a new gang. I didn't see anything about the DLC here. Maybe that's on a different page or something. Yeah, there's nothing about a new gang there. Wait up. I think that was it just then. Oh, hey, that's a pretty cool picture, Asha. What's next? Here we go. 250, 1.2 planned for December. Continue working the AI front. Here we go. We've also heard rumors of a new gang emerging from the shadows of the Underhive, eager to claim victory and resources for their house. Unfortunately, none of the scouts who've sent out to gather intel have returned, and it seems the only bodies we could recover were strangely irradiated, leading to their quick disposal. An investigation continues with new volunteers being dispatched daily. Oh, okay. So we've got a bit of a clue there, maybe. I don't know. So it says like a new gang emerging from the shadows. Now that sounds like Delac, doesn't it? Like lurking around in the shadows. Unfortunately, none of the scouts we've sent to gather intel have returned, and it seems the only bodies we recovered were strangely irradiated. So that's interesting. I wonder if strangely irradiated means anything. We'll check out their Facebook page as well. Don't see anything on there about it. Yeah, maybe it's the Necromunda Facebook page that you're thinking of. No, nothing new there. Don't know if you got a link or anything. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. The emerging from the shadows things kind of makes me think Delark, because they're like all shadowy and kind of all about stealth and that sort of thing. This other thing about, I don't know, is this a clue as well? It seems like only the bodies we recovered were strangely irradiated. I don't know if there's anything about Delark to do with irradiation. Yeah, I don't know. That irradiated kind of makes me think like muties, Scabby gang maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, I would have assumed Delark, like one of the main 6 gangs. The remaining ones have got a Delark, Cawdor, and Van Sar. I would assume one of those would be the next gang. But yeah, so I don't know. It says rumors of a new gang. Doesn't say necessarily connect that with patch 1.2, which is planned for December. But that'd be really interesting if it does come out then. Anyway, yeah, I might end the video there. I'm really excited about the new patch. Really excited that they're actually giving us sort of like a set road plan sort of thing for the, we've got October update, November update, and then we've got December update coming. They've again reaffirmed that there's going to be new DLC, and they've now confirmed that it's going to be a gang, not just some weapons or whatever, but just rumors. So maybe that's not sort of coming in 1.2. Maybe that's still like 2 or 3 months away or something. But that's fine. Like, as long as there's sort of like a future for the game, as long as we know that more stuff's coming out, I think that's what you really need. So new content will be great. But yeah, you get to check out these fixes and test this stuff in game. So I might end this video here and get on and stream some Necromunda. So yeah, thanks guys.